Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are in pink of your health and doing your studies well, right? Now students, we will start our next chapter, chapter 13, geometry. Hope you all are familiar with the term. So now let's begin with the geometry. Okay? Geometry. We all know that all basic geometrical figures are built by basic figures, right? And what are those basic figures? Like point, line segment, ray, plane. These all are basic figures of geometry, right? Intersecting lines you are going to learn right now. Fine. At the end of this lesson, you must be able to define all these things which we are going to set like learning objects, right? These are our learning objectives. Means at the end of this chapter you will be able to define simple geometrical concepts such as point, line, ray and line segment. You also able to measure a line segment and draw a line segment of given length. Might be you have done this in your previous class also, right? You also able to identify different kinds of closed figures. You can easily draw a circle of given radius. Students, you know what is radius? Okay, I will tell you later on if you don't know. Fine. Find the center, radius, diameter and circumference of a circle. Might be these all terms new for you. You are not aware of these words. So later on when we are going to finish this chapter, you all are able to understand about these terms, right? Very nice. Points to remember. So students, to understand the chapter in a nice manner, we must memorize few points, right? First is point. A point is the smallest shape in geometry. A point indicates position in space. It has no length, breadth or thickness, but it exists. For example, A, B, C are the points in space, right? You can read these points as point A, point B, point C. Understood? Next, line. A line contains an infinite number of points. It has no end points. It can be extended to any length on both sides. Means the arrows at the ends of a given line indicates that it has no beginning or end. That is, line extends in both directions. Here line AB or line BA, you can read it as. We denote line by capital letters also or by single small letter also. We can also name and read by single small letter line M. Fine. Next is line segment. A line segment contains a finite number of points. It is a part of a line with two endpoints. It means it has fixed length, right? We cannot extend this line in any of the direction. It is a part of line. Hope you understand. Okay. So it is clear to you that the distance between 2 points is called the length of the segment. So we call it line segment. Next is ray. Whom we call a ray? A ray is also a part of line. A ray contains an infinite number of points. A ray has one end point and the other end of the ray is extended indefinitely. Means on ray we have one initial point, beginning point, and on other hand we have arrowhead. It means we can extend on single side. on in one direction. Clear? Okay. So now children, you already have seen what is line, line segment and ray. Now we are just checking their relation. What is difference between them? Difference between line, line segment and ray. We are doing comparison here. Line, first point, it has no end point, right? It can be extended on both sides because it has both side arrowheads, right? But line segment, it has fixed length, it has two end points, it cannot be extended on either side, right? And what is going with the ray? One end point, means one initial point, it can be extended on one side only. Got it? Second, it has no fixed length, but line has no fixed length. Line segment has fixed length and ray also has no fixed length. Line we represent as, we can say it line AB. Line segment we read it as line segment AB, and ray with single side arrowhead we represent it ray AB. Clear? Alright. Point of intersection. What is point of intersection? Where two line segments cut each other on a single point, right? Two line segments cut or intersect each other in a point called the point of intersection. Here O is the point of intersection of line segment AB and CD, right? AB and CD are two line segments and these both lines cut on O point. To measure length of line segment, always you have to place your zero mark of your ruler at one point of the line segment. Now see at what marking of your ruler other point of your line segment. That is the length of the line segment. That reading is the length of your line segment. Clear? When you are doing your practical, you are marking the line segments, then you are able to understand. Might be you have already done this, but initially you will do here also. Okay? In later classes you will understand when two lines never cut each other. They never meet. They never cut. Those lines are known as parallel lines, but right now we are not doing that part. Later on we will do in the next class. Fine? Now we will start with the exercise 13.1. This exercise is based whatever I just taught you, right? In this exercise you will name the lines, you can draw lines, line segments. Okay, so start with first question. Represent the following figures in your notebook and name them. Point X, so place one dot and name it as X, right? B, ray PR, so just take your scale, start from 0, first initial point, and because here length is not given, so just write down, because ray has not fixed length, so draw any number of line, might be 5, 6, and name it as PR. This is ray PR. C part, line segment LM. It has fixed length, right? 4, 5, whatever size you want, you can draw and name it as LM with two endpoints. Next is D part, line Q. Okay, you have to name it with single small letter Q. This is line Q. Clear? Rest of the question you do in your book, exercise 13.1. Fine. And few I will send you PDF, then you have to do that work in your notebook. But before starting all the exercises, whatever work here, point to remember, or whatever definitions are here, you must write down in your notebook in the beginning of the chapter. Then start your exercise part. Clear? Fine. Question number 4 of exercise 13.1. Mark 4 points, name them. Draw all possible line segments. How many line segments can you draw? Name them. Right? 4 points are given to you, A, B, C, D. Now you have to draw the maximum number of line segments. So start by using your scale. First draw AB, then move to BC, CD, DA. You can join AC as well as BD also. So how many line segments are there? We can draw 6 line segments. Line segment AB, line segment BC, line segment CD, line segment DA, line segment AC, and line segment DB or BD. Right? Okay. So now our next topic is angles. This is also new for you, but in routine might be you are aware of it, because okay, I'll explain you. You must stand up, right? And as I am commanding you, you must do that. All right? Turn to your right. You turned, right? Okay, again turn to your right. Have you done that? And most of the time, these all activities you are doing during your assembly. When you are moving towards your right or to your left, you are creating angle. Right? More example, when you are opening your book, just you open your book. As you are turning the pages, you have must seen or might you have not observed, but now when you are aware of it, you just watch. We are making angles. Our books are making angles. Or one more nice example, if you are opening the gate, you are opening the door, at that time also many angles are created over there. If we are opening it completely, we are making 90 degree. Later on you will understand these degrees. Okay, here you just remember that two rays, okay, we can create angle. The gap between the two pages of the book or the two rays is called an angle. That gap is called angle. Here, as you are looking on your screen, the common point O at which the lines intersect is called the vertex. This is called vertex. While the rays are called the arms. These are the two arms of the angle, and plural form of the vertex is vertices. The symbol that is used to represent angle is like this, and the figure is named as angle POQ or angle QOP, where the vertex O is always in the middle. It means whenever you are going to read any angle, keep that angle in the middle of rest two alphabets. Suppose in spite of writing POQ, here it is written ABC, then how you are going to read the angle? Angle ABC or angle CBA. B must be in the center. Right? Okay. Now interior and exterior of an angle. What is this? See here, ray AB and ray CB or ray BA and ray BC. One angle is there, angle ABC, right? 2 points indicating here, like point P that lies in the interior of the angle and point Q lies in the exterior of the angle. So point P is interior of an angle and point Q is the exterior of angle ABC. Which point lies internal of angle ABC, that is known as interior of that angle, particular angle, right? And the point Q that lies outside of angle ABC. So this is known as exterior of the angle. Correct? Okay. Now children, exercise 13.2. In this exercise also, question number 1, 2 and 3 you have to solve in the book only. Those questions are related to like mark points on angles and name angles. Figures are given in the book. You just name them. Right? Exterior and interior angles also you are familiar with them. Write down there. In question number 4, how many angles are formed in each of the following figures? So in question number 4 here, different figures are given. First, two intersecting lines are there. So point of intersection is M here. Intersecting lines are AC and BD. So how many angles are formed over here? Yes, 4 angles. Now name them: AMB, BMC, CMD and DMA. Correct? Next figure. This is a figure of 3 rays intersecting on O point. So rays are OP, OQ and OR. And how many angles formed by these rays? Yes, 3 angles. Angle POQ, angle QOR and angle POR. These are the 3 angles. Okay? Every time when you are going to read angle, keep that angle alphabet point, that vertex in the middle of both the numbers, in between the numbers, in between the 2 other alphabets. Right? Clear to you? Okay. Yes, here one more figure is where one line and 2 rays intersect each other on A point. Right? In this figure, XV line, AW ray and AU is ray. And how many angles frame these lines? Again 4 mainly. Right? Clearly, which you can see easily. They are XAW, WAV, VAU and UAX. Every time when you are reading angle, keep the angle name in between the other 2 alphabets. Clear? Okay. This is all about exercise 13.2. Open and closed figures. Closed figures have the same starting and end points. You all are familiar with these closed figures: rectangle, square, triangle, circle. These figures are closed from all sides. That's why they are called closed figures. They have same starting and end points. From where you started moving, you reach at the end over there. Right? Open figures have different end points. These figures do not end at the same starting point. Right? These figures are not closed from all sides. So they are called open figures. Different shapes are here. Different examples are here of open figures. Right? Hope you understand open and closed figures. Very easy. Okay? Polygon. A closed figure that does not cross itself is called a simple closed figure. Right? Simple closed figures formed with only line segments and they are known as polygons. Right? These closed figures are made up of straight line segments. So they are called polygons. Polygons with different number of sides have different names. As it is shown here, their number of sides different. So their names are also different. First, number of sides 3 means 3-sided figure. Everybody is known to it. That is triangle. 4-sided figure means a figure who has 4 sides. that is known as quadrilateral. If a figure has 5 sides, we call it pentagon. A figure has 6 sides, that is known as hexagon. Figure that has 7 sides known as septagon, and 8-sided figure is known as octagon. Right? Although you have not done more than 4 sides earlier, but now you have to learn their names. Okay? 5-sided figure is known as pentagon, 6-sided figure is known as hexagon, and 7-sided septagon. A figure who has 8 sides, that is known as octagon. Right? And 4-sided figure is quadrilateral, 3-sided figure is triangle. Right? Triangle. A polygon with 3 sides is known as triangle. We call it triangle. Here figure is given ABC. We read it as triangle ABC. How many sides are there? 3 sides. A triangle is a closed figure having 3 sides, 3 vertices and 3 angles. Means it has 3 vertices or 3 angles. One is the same thing. Vertices or angles are the same. Vertices are the corners, right? And it has 3 angles. Like you can read it as angle ABC, angle BCA, angle CAB. Whenever you are reading angle, you have to put that particular angle in the middle of 2 other alphabets. Right? Clear? Now quadrilateral. What is quadrilateral? I told you 4-sided figure. And special quadrilateral, square and rectangle. A rectangle is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are equal, and square, it is also a 4-sided figure, but square has all the 4 sides equal. Square is a quadrilateral in which all the sides are equal. Understand? Right. Exercise 13.3. Question 1. Figure is given here. Right? PQR. Alright. So, first question is write the name of the triangle. So, name of the triangle is triangle PQR. B part, write the sides of the triangle. You can read sides as line segment PQ, line segment QR and line segment RP, or you can say these are the 3 sides of the triangle: side PQ, side QR and side RP. Right? Next, third C part, write the angles of the triangle. Angles are angle P, angle Q, angle R. How you are going to read angle P? Yes, angle RPQ. If you want to read angle Q, you start with P. So, angle PQR. And if you want to read angle R, you can read it as angle QRP. Always remember, the name of the angle comes in between the 2 other alphabets. D part, write the vertices of the triangle. Whom we call the vertices? Corners, points. Right? So, point P, point Q and point R. These are the 3 vertices of the triangle. Rest of the question of this exercise, exercise 13.3, you have to complete in your book. Okay? Quadrilateral. A polygon with 4 straight sides is called a quadrilateral, or a simple closed figure bounded by 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Here figure is given, ABCD is a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral has 4 vertices. Name them. A, B, C, D. Right? A quadrilateral has 4 sides. AB, BC, CD and DA. Right? A quadrilateral has 4 angles. Now how you are going to read? Angle ABC, it means you are reading angle B. Angle BCA, you are reading angle C here. Angle CDA means angle D. And next is angle DAB means angle A. Right? Clear how to read angles? A quadrilateral has 2 diagonals which cross each other, means which intersect each other. And diagonals are AC and BD or DB. Right? Hope clear everything till here? Okay. Special quadrilateral. As I earlier told you, rectangle and square both are special quadrilaterals. A rectangle is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are equal. Right? PQ is equal to SR and PS is equal to QR. 2 diagonals are there, they are also equal. PR is equal to QS. Right? And square is a quadrilateral in which all sides are equal. The diagonals of the square are also equal. Right? So PQ is equal to QR is equal to RS is equal to SP. And both the diagonals of the square, they are also equal. Means PR is equal to QS. Clear? Perimeter. What is perimeter? In simple language, when you start from one point and you take round, you take measurement and move back to the same point, you just covered that whole portion, that is, that boundary line is the perimeter of that figure. As here it is given ABCD rectangle, so perimeter of this figure is equal to total of all the sides. Right? Means AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. That is the perimeter of triangle ABCD. The definition of perimeter is the total length of the boundary of a closed metric shape is called its perimeter. Actually, peri means round and meter is measurement. For example, if you have to find the perimeter of triangle PQR, sides are given here. PQ is 3 cm, QR is 2 cm and RP or PR is 3 cm. So perimeter of triangle PQR is equal to total of its sides means PQ plus QR plus RP. In measurement 3 cm plus 2 cm plus 3 cm. That gives you 8 cm. Right? Okay. Your exercise 13.4 is based on different figures, closed figures or open figures and different quadrilaterals also. Right? So you have to complete that exercise in the book only. There is nothing which you have to do in your fair register. So complete that book, that work in the book only. Now we will start exercise 13.5. First question of this exercise also you have to complete in the book only. Second question, here you have to find the missing length, missing side, missing measurement of the side with the help of perimeter. As you all are now aware that perimeter is a total of all the sides. So if one side is not given to you, you have to calculate it by subtracting from the total number, whatever sides you have. Okay. So start it with question number second, find the missing length. A part, here figure is given. Sides are also mentioned here. AB, that is of 6 meter. Right. M stands for meter. BC is 7 meter. CD, its length is not given. So you have to calculate. And DA is 4 meter. One more thing is given in the question, that is perimeter is equal to 21 meter. So our formula is perimeter is equal to AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, means all the total of all the sides. So where perimeter is written and that is already given, write down that number 21 meter below perimeter, and the measurements which are given to you of different sides, write down that also. AB is 6, so write down below 6. BC is 7, write down 7. CD you have to calculate, and DA is 4 meter. Addition of all these three sides is 17 meter, and perimeter is yours 21. Naturally you can calculate what is the fourth side, what is the size of fourth side. By subtracting 17 from 21, you will get 4 meter. That is the length of CD. So missing side is 4 meter. Right? Now question number B. Again one figure is there and sides are given. Sides measurement is there. Perimeter is also there, 29 centimeter. And you have to calculate length of side MN. Write down perimeter, that equals to total of all the sides, means MN plus NO plus OP plus PQ plus QM. Right? And perimeter is 29. So write down 29 below the perimeter, and whatever values are given of different size, write down that. Which is not given, fill gap over there. Then add all the numbers of all the measurements of the sides, that gives you 21 in total. From here you can easily calculate side length of MN. By subtracting 21 from 29, you will get answer 8 centimeter. So missing sides value is 8 centimeter. Understand? When you are doing your sums, you can better understand. Okay? Children, have you enjoyed a ride on a giant wheel? Can you name the path it travels? Yes, it's a circular path. Have you seen birthday cake? I think every year you people have seen, right? Can you name its shape? It is also circular. Circle is actually one of the important geometrical shape. So now we will learn more about the circle, right? A circle is a closed figure. It has one curved side. It has no vertex, no angle, right? It only has center, a point, and we always denote it with O, maximum time O, or you can write anything else also, right? Center. The center of a circle is a point from where all points on the circle lie at an equal distance. All right. What is radius? Radius is a line segment which joins the center to any point on the circle, on the circumference. Later on you will learn about this also. On the boundary line of the circle, right? Radius is a line segment which joins the center to any point on the circle. And in a circle, we can draw as many as radii. Okay? Radii is the plural of radius. From O point, you can draw as many as points on the boundary. These all are radii. Fine. And the main line which divides the circle in two parts, that is known as diameter. Right? Diameter is a line segment passing through the center of the circle with its end points lying on the circle. As radius is half of the diameter and diameter is double of the radius. Later on you will learn about its relation. And what is chord? Chord is a line segment with its end points lying on the circle. Right? It may or may not pass through the center of the circle. This is not going to touch the center. Line segment whose end points lie on the circle, that is known as chord of a circle. As you are seeing here, MN is a chord. There may be many chord in a circle, but a diameter is also a chord that is the greatest chord of the circle, the biggest chord of the circle. Right? Here O is center, radius. I have drawn here 3 radius. Name them OP, OQ, OS, and diameter, that is TQ, and chord is MN. Clear? And all this work you have to note down in your notebook also. Whatever definition is there in your tutorial must write down in your notebook. Okay? Relation between radius and diameter of circle. As I earlier told you, diameter is double of radius. Radius is half of the radius is half of the diameter. Right? So diameter is equal to 2 into radius. Whenever you are going to calculate diameter, you have to multiply 2 by the given radius. And whenever you are going to calculate radius in your next exercise, in your upcoming exercises, what you have to do? You have to divide diameter by the 2. You will get radius. Clear? Now I am going to tell you what is circumference. Circumference is what? As you all know, circumference of the circle. This is also a boundary line of the circle. The length of the boundary of a circle is known as circumference or perimeter of the circle. Actually, circle does not have straight side, so we cannot find the circumference of the polygon. As we can add or calculate it by using ruler, but here you can calculate through thread. Right? Start from there and also end on the same point. O is the center of the circle. Okay, so what is circumference? The length when a round from the center is completed is called the circumference of the circle. Clear to everyone? Shall we proceed further? Okay. Students, how you are going to make circle? With the help of bangle, coin, even bottle cap, base of bottle. Right? So, there is one special instrument in the geometry box. We called it pair of compasses. Right? But later on you are going to use this compass. We use this instrument to make a circle. Its pointed side we keep on the paper and we rotate it with the pencil side. We attach pencil with the compass and draw a circle. Okay, but right now you are going to make circles with the help of bangles and all circular things like cap of the bottle and might be the base of the bottle. If you want to make a small, you can use coin also. So this is all about the circle. Now we will start exercise 13.6. Again, question 1 of this exercise you have to solve in the book. Number 2, here diameter, find the diameter. The radii of the circles are given. In first question, radii is 6 cm. Write down solution first. Radius is equal to 6 cm. Diameter is equal to double of radius, means 2 into radius. That radius is 6, so 2 into 6 is 12 cm. Second question, 10 cm. Radius is 10 cm. Diameter is equal to 2 into 10. That gives you diameter 20 cm. I have solved here only 2 questions, but you have to solve all the questions of this part second in your fair register. I will share PDF. In that I will mention each and every question which you have to done in your fair register. And before starting with the exercises, first write down points to remember and wherever definitions are given, with each term, that also mentioned in the notebook in your fair register, right? So moving ahead, question number 3, find the radii. The diameter of the circles are given. A question, diameter is 36 centimeter. Diameter is equal to 36, so radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. 36 divided by 2, you will get 18. So 18 centimeter is the diameter of this question. Hope you understand. Okay. Last question, B part of this question, 90 centimeter. So diameter is equal to 90 centimeter. Radius is equal to diameter divided by 2, that is 90 divided by 2. You just divide it and you will get 45 centimeter as what? Radius. Okay. This is all about your chapter. Few mental maths questions are there that we will solve in the live session. Okay. And in the book, or you can draw those questions in the live session. Alright. Hope you understand by seeing all this tutorial. If you have any doubt, ask me anytime. Feel free to ask in the live session. Okay. Do your studies well. Take care. Bye. Thank you.